Let's see if we can get this live now. Okay, 1 second. I'm not sure if we can get this live. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other one again, and hopefully you'll hear me. Just hang on. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other one again. Okay, for some reason I'm not coming through with the one camera, but with the other one. So anyway, I think you can hear me. So what you have there is a live view of the nest. I was going to show you the whole setup, but the other camera, for some reason, will not switch at the moment. I do not know why. That's one of the starter tricks. But you're getting an incredible view of the nest, okay? Which is quite surprising. Yes, you can hear me. I'm getting dizzy. Yeah, sorry about that. But zoom in now. I mean, this is quite. Nest is about a mile or just under a mile away. So I'm using completely new technology that I've built in the back of my car. And yeah, I wish I could show you more of the setup. I'm just going to try and change some batteries. And whilst I do things, I'm going to explain what I'm doing here, okay? So I actually have two cameras, and I wanted to show you the purpose is multiple. First of all, this is the first time ever where you can look in the back of a, where you can have a direct view into a nest. It's very unique. It's probably the only one I've ever seen. You hear me? That's good. I'm glad. Hang on, I'm just going to change the battery here. I think something is wrong here. 1 second. Something is wrong. Yeah, it's always like that, isn't it? Okay, okay, now you should be able to hear me again. Sorry about that. Of course, the battery died at the moment I just did this, so you should be able to hear me now. Let's see what the technology is saying. What is the picture like? Can you just give me a quick heads up whether you can actually hear me at the moment? And it's a lovely view, yes. See. Audio's good, thank you. Okay, excellent. Okay, said you have to be patient. This is quite marvelous. I wish it would change and I could show you the other picture, which at the moment I cannot, and I don't know why. So just give me a moment. I'm going to try one more tech trick here, and you can hear us loud and clear. That is great. So do enjoy the view of the nest. So what we're seeing here, and I mean, it's a lot of shimmering at the moment. But you can see it's Mama or Papa up there in the tree. And what's marvelous with the view from here, it's about maybe just under a mile. So I'm using incredible technology for you to see this. Is that we can have this view into the nest, and they're actually triplets, and they're about 6 to 7 weeks old, okay? What I'm doing, give me thumbs up, because I will correct my small mistakes, and we're nearly there, It's actually working, it's quite marvelous, and I will come here often, and I will show you the development of the eaglets, because you probably know that everywhere where we are at the moment, the eaglets have fledged, right? They're fledged nearly everywhere, right? So this is you're now in British Columbia, and you can follow the development whilst Florida's gone, and you saw what's happening in others there. They're disappearing very quickly. You can enjoy the development of these triplets. And if you like it, give me thumbs up, please. And yeah, show me that you like this, and I will put my effort into coming here very often and giving you continuous live broadcasts on the development of these until they fledge, which is quite nice. It's the coolest nest, isn't it, Dolly Queen, and so on. It is. So I'm using also, I just wanted to say that I'm using my own funds for this. I'm on roaming, okay? So I'm going to use incredible bandwidths, and I'm going to improve the technology, but it's quite marvelous that it's actually working. I'm just going to try something. You should just for a moment see an eagle here coming up, and that's sort of the little things I can do. Yeah, thanks to my friend Guy Cochran from the DV store. Helped me a lot with the technology. But you should just see an eagle, and I'm going to blend the eagle out again, which is quite marvelous. It's very nice that I can do this all on the field without a computer, without a single computer. That's why I'm so excited. This new technology is going to bring us very far. Yeah, thanks Osprey Mama for putting in the Patreon. So if you do want to help me in the next weeks, I'm going to have some costs associated with streaming, but you're going to have the pleasure of enjoying that. Small funds always help, okay? I'm going to put that all towards my costs so that I can give you really a lot of streaming time, which I would really enjoy. And I would endeavor to come here early in the morning, get up at 5 a.m. and show you this, okay? So it would be marvelous, really marvelous. And I will go live, then I won't give the event announcement because I have some issues at the moment connecting it to the events. I don't know why, but it's very easy for me just to go live. So I'll do that, and it'll work. I'll get the second camera to work. I'm just going to change the settings of the second camera quickly and see if I can't get around it so that I can, I can give you the... But I'm seeing all your messages, and that's working perfectly, absolutely perfectly. What I don't actually know, thank you Osprey Mama, thanks for the donation. What I don't know at the moment is where the sound, which microphone's actually working. So yeah, hang on now, just enjoy the nest, okay? I'm going to zoom in a little. You can see it's hot and you see a bit of shimmering, but this is incredible. I've got my 1000mm lens here, 1000mm, believe it or not, 1000mm, to show you this. This is quite incredible. What is possible with very good equipment. You're looking out, by the way, on the beautiful, you're just going towards Peace Arch here, which is the crossing. We're looking into the US actually. If I zoom in, we're looking to the US. Right behind you, behind the nest. Let me just focus this. Wait a second. It's getting. Let me zoom in. It's getting a little bit of problems to focus. There we go. We got it. Focus. It's a beautiful view, isn't it? And what you see behind there is the US. It's quite interesting. So it's actually working. Oh, thanks so much also for the donation. That is great. You know, Carrie, thank you so much. That is what you're doing there gives me about 1 hour of streaming. Okay, so that is great. These small steps help a lot, and I promise you, I can't do. This was my dream for years, to be able to show you things that nobody else can show. And thanks also to MSO. Thanks for all the donations. All this thing goes to my live streaming. And you know, the last thing I did was the Eagle Hawk story. And now we have this marvelous nest again, so I have something absolutely unique to show you. And they're only about 6-7 weeks old, okay? And if I come here early in the morning, and I'll just go live, because that's the easiest for me, not to announce the stream. Just to go here in the evening and the morning, and not to announce the stream, because it's just difficult to, and I won't bore you with the technology, it's difficult to program this small device that's streaming to do exactly what I want it to do. But I can go live, and that's really easy. That's what I just did, and that's why I had some problems. So the technology is actually working well, which is exciting. So whilst I'm going to let you have a look at that, and thanks so much for all the donations. That's really kind. Klingen Warbird, MSO, oh my goodness, they're just streaming in now. Carrie and Osprey Mama, thank you so much. That's so kind. And you know that is going to give us lots of streaming time. So I'm going to just enjoy the view. I'm going to go to camera number 1 now, and I'm going to try and fix it so that this works. So don't worry, technology will, I'll keep on streaming. So I'm going to go in quiet for about 3-4 minutes and change some wires, okay? And hopefully it'll work. Okay, so hang on. Okay, I may have just lost you for a moment. Hang on, I'm just going to check. I may have lost you. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Hang on, I'm just going to check. Okay, hang on, I got an echo. So one second, I have to switch the microphone settings. I see what's going on here, so just hang on. Okay. Okay, one second, I'm just... Now something is confusing here. Okay, it's working. Unbelievable. It's working, okay? I've got both cameras to work. I've got actually both cameras to do. This is amazing. So I'm going to start again. Okay. I'm going to get in front of the camera. Actually, it's fantastic. It's working. I'm so delighted. It's finally working. Both cameras are working, okay? So hi, I'm Christian Sasse. I'm running SassePhoto, and I got new exciting technology here. Welcome. We are a little bit late. We're 19 minutes late. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for all your donations. That's absolutely wonderful. Behind me, that's the exciting nest. So it's got triplets, right? And we're looking right into the nest. It's far away. I'm going to show you the nest with this camera. Next to me is a wonderful big lens, and I'm going to show you the technology too, so just hang on. I can read your comments here, and it's all super duper. Okay, so first of all, let me show you now that finally everything's working. I'm going to slowly show you. Let's see if we get this to work. So you can see my big camera lens there, right there. I'm going to zoom in. That's my huge lens, and that's giving you a direct view into the nest. Now, if you want to know where the nest is, it's right here. So the nest is far, far away. Look at that. Look at the zoom. There's the nest right here. Isn't that crazy? And there you can see quite a lot of shimmering, but that's the nest. And if I go to, you can see that, and looking over there is the border. That's to Blaine. That's right, that's Blaine. And I'm zooming out again. I'm in a very nice neighborhood. So that's my lens. And this is the back of my car. I wanted to show you this. So 1 second. I will show you what I'm actually doing. This is quite neat technology. 1 second, I'm just going to go there. And go there. So I can't see the one terminal at the moment, but so what I have here is I've got two monitors where I can see what's going on. I got a huge battery that's running everything. This is my broadcasting station. With this I'm doing the broadcasting, okay. That's an inverter. This here is a switch where I can switch from one camera to the next, which is quite fantastic. So I can switch between camera 1 and camera 2. So I'm just switching now. I should be switched to the other camera. Let me just see if that works. So I can switch from one camera to the next. Anyway, that's the way it is. And yeah, it's absolutely hot technology. And my phone, my little phone, is acting as a hotspot for the whole broadcast. And I'm reading your comments on it. No computer, absolutely zero computer. So it's fantastic. I'm just going to switch again. And switch again. I just have to see where I am now. I don't quite know on which one I'm live, but it doesn't matter. It's actually working. Thank you, Terry Green, for being so generous too. That is absolutely marvelous. Where I am now. I don't quite know on which one I'm on. Okay, but anyway. Yes, it is actually working. So I'm going to go back now and show you the nest. So you've seen the technology behind it. It's quite complex, and the switching actually works. Yes, Osprey Mama, it actually works. And so I'm going to switch to the, so you can see how far the nest actually is, right? And we've got this beautiful zoom technology. And you know what? I'm in a wonderful neighborhood. The people here are so friendly. They are so friendly. And they support everything, you know, it's just really nice, and they're doing everything to support me. So yeah, proud cat, mama of 2, and everyone else. So this is marvelous. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a view here, what it looks like, and you can hear the birds and everything's really beautiful, isn't it? And I'm proud that this actually works. It's all from the back of a car without a single computer, and all your donations are very helpful. So I'm just going to switch to the other. So now we switch back to the big camera, and I'm going to just zoom in, and you can see the little ones are asleep. So as I was saying, they're about 6 weeks old, 6-7 weeks. So they're not even in the anywhere close to fledging, right? Nowhere close to fledging at the moment. Love the bird sound, isn't it wonderful? Well, we got this wonderful microphone that's picking up everything, isn't it? I'm so excited this is actually working. I just can't believe it. I'm probably more excited than everyone else. Yeah, that's a Volkswagen. It's a Volkswagen Tiguan. I'll tell you the story of the Volkswagen Tiguan. Someone asked, what car is it? I'm German, of course. Okay, and I like Volkswagen. It's a reliable car. I'm not running any ads, because you know that the irony is that the diesel went through this scandal, and you probably know the big scandal story, right? Well, I was a lucky one there because I was the primary owner of the Volkswagen diesel, and thanks to the States, they made a huge noise, and the noise came all the way to the Canadians, who are usually very quiet, and they were all sitting here, ducking down and wondering, what are the Americans going to do? Well, they made a big fuss, and Volkswagen was sued, and we benefited from it even in Canada. So they had to take the car back, and I paid a fraction for a completely new car. They basically gave me a completely new car, so I chose everything, and that was Volkswagen. So since then, of course, I like Volkswagen, but I could really say it's thanks to the to the liability in the United States. So I'm actually very happy about it. Isn't that funny? Zoom in on the babies. I can. 1 second, I'll do that for you. 1 second, I shall do that. Let me just focus. Wait a second. Here we go. Okay, there we are zoomed in on the babies. You tell me whether you can see 3. I don't know if you can. Figuring out to set this up in the computer. Thank you, dear Lionheart. That was amazing. I had lots of friends who also helped me. But you can now have a look. I don't know if you can see 3, but you certainly can see 2 if you look carefully, right? You can see 2, but I don't know if you can see 3. So yes, I did zoom in on them. So yes, you can only see 1 adult. Yes. Well, this is the nice thing about nature, right? When I run an event, it's called patience. And that's what I like about nature. There's nobody sitting there with a time, telling you when to turn it on and when to turn it off. We sit here and we observe nature, and it can be for hours. And that's what I wanted to do with you. If you feel like tuning in when I'm here live, and I'll be live quite a lot, enjoy yourself. Get some tea, cup of tea, or coffee, or whatever you may enjoy, and just sit back and enjoy the view. From away, probably you've never seen a nest before. Of course, we have these beautiful nest cameras, but you've never seen this live like this, with my comments and so on, from another angle. And I think that's really special, right? And it's only thanks to your donations and well, it's also my crazy dedication that I have to make things work. That makes this. They're 3 separate eggs. Yeah, they're not true triplets. Absolutely true. I just use the word triplets because, well, they come from the same, what should I say, batch or so. You're right, of course. You're right. But it's like, well, if a mother has at one birth 2 consecutive or 3 consecutive babies, you would call them triplets, and that's why I lackadaisically call them triplets. And of course, that is not completely correct. I get it. Okay, you're right. So of course, they didn't come from the same. But they are triplet. They are the same as twins. They can come from the same egg or from different ones, and they are non-identical and identical twins. So let's call them non-identical triplets. How's that? If we can agree on that one. Okay. Is that Mama Eagle? I don't know the answer. But you know what? We're going to follow these quite a lot in the near future, and we'll get to know them, because there's no single camera or nest camera that has this type of view. So that's what I'm going to provide you here, similar to what I did 2 years ago, actually already 2 years ago, at the, it's exactly 2 years ago, where we had the hawklet, right? It's quite amazing. So we'll have the same story right here. No, it's 1 year. Gosh, I'm getting confused with time. I get confused because it's been quite some time. But anyway, yes, I think it's 1 year now, right? Spectacular motto, no matter how you look at it, Dr. Sasse. Thank you very much, proud cat mama of 3. Christian, what is the temperature? It's very pleasant. It's not like you have it in Florida. So I'm going to translate this approximately to the, let me just work this out. So today it's very pleasant, around 75 Fahrenheit, somewhere around there, right? So it's 20 something. It's really pleasant. It's a very pleasant day here. Absolutely pleasant. Okay, so I'll just switch again so that you have a little bit of, I can do one trick. I can give you half the view of the one and half the view of the other, which is quite funny actually, right? So, How old are the babies? I estimate they're somewhere between 6 and 7 weeks. So they're very young, right? They still got a couple of weeks to fledging, right? So maybe this works. I sort of should have 2 screens. I can't see this at the moment. We should have 2 screens. Maybe that isn't working. I don't think it's working. Hang on. No, that was not the mix. Hang on, I got the wrong thing here. Here, this is the way it's supposed to work. Now what you saw is, that was funny. What you saw now was 2 pictures mixed, but what I wanted to do is the upper has the one and the lower has the other. So this really looks weird and psychedelic. That's not what I was trying to do. But anyway, let's see if this technology now works. Yes, this is half-half. But you see the bottom half. Now you're seeing the bottom half, so that's me at the bottom half. Okay, so anyway, let's stop the games. And let's go back to camera 1. So you can see I can do many fancy things once I get the hang of it. It's really funny. Okay. So let's take a look at, so I'm going to look over to Blaine. So what you see there, one second, that is Blaine in Washington. And it's absolutely beautiful. So we are actually in White Rock. I'm actually in White Rock, if you want to know, and that is looking over to the north of Blaine, right? So I can zoom in there a little bit. Hang on, let me just do this for you. And that is a place where Mark Horner likes to go and be on holiday there. So if Mark were there now, then he would be waving frantically and we would be able to see him from here. Can you believe it? So that's really nice. And now let's have a look back at the nest. There you go. There you go. So now actually everything is working. Yeah, it is Vancouver, but it's south. It's Semiahmoo. Yes. Hi, Mark. Mark, you know this very well. Mark, you know this very well. So this is where Mark and his family likes to be sometimes and have holidays, right? So I'm just seeing if I don't have an echo. There you go. There you go. No, there's no echo. It's actually working now. It's perfect. And we could actually, yeah, as I said, we could zoom in on him and we could say, hi, Mark, and it would work. So I'm going to switch over to the other camera again. And that gives you a close-up of the little ones. And it's quite marvelous, actually. Mark is waving, isn't that Mark? Mark is waving. That's great. That is good. Perfect location for a nest, yes. And so what is wonderful is that we have this incredible view here. How do you determine triplets? Well, look, I was only joking about this. I mean, they're 3 at once. We don't know when the first one, the second and the third came, but I do know one thing. 2 are a lot larger than the third one. And the third one is not a hawklet, so don't ask that, okay? It's not. But I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it's quite shimmering. You see, there's a lot of shimmering here. But it's still an amazing view. It's quite an amazing view. Oh, I think I can see 3. Can you? Okay, let me zoom in again. If you think you can, the third one is usually hidden right here. The third one is usually hidden right here. And it's not easy to see all 3. However, having said that, we will be able to see all 3. We will be... I'm reading your comments. This is wonderful. They're close to each other. Yes. So yes, we don't know the exact ages, but we estimate, I mean, from David Hancock, who knows most about eagles, he estimates 6 to 7 weeks. Okay. So that's the approximate age. So they're not very active. What do eagles do? They sleep. They eat and sleep. And the parents, they go to the supermarket, which is below. It's a huge supermarket of midshipmen and others. And they go through the aisles and take about everything they can find. And then they bring it back to the nest, which they fill their fridges with. And then the little ones eat and sleep and eat and sleep. And that's what they do until they they really get into the fledging phase. So that's the delivery at the moment. And then the parents will be very busy. And yes, the other one sits sometimes on the branch on the south side. So we're looking from north to south here, and so we can't see it. So it could very well be that the other one, or the mother or the father, is sitting on the other side, and we just can't see it. Okay, so that may very well be the case. Yes, it is. Well, it is a supermarket, and you know, there's a lot of. That's why in British Columbia, the eaglets, the whole development is so late, because it's completely different to Florida or Texas, or even Southern California also. Because we have the midshipmen here, the midshipmen here. That's a great source of protein. And then they have the herring season too, okay? So the eagles mainly fish a lot of herring here. And then midshipmen, and then they also feed on crabs. But crabs is, and then of course they have the flounder. The other one is the flounder. The flounder is widely spread, but the midshipman is something that's very specific for this area in Washington, and I think it goes down to the Oregon coast and so on. And it's very delicious and very, very nutritious for them. And at the moment we have high tide, by the way. So that explains why they're not so active. Because the midshipmen are caught 2 hours before low tide. And why? Because the midshipmen are in the intertidal zones, and they get caught in these small pools, and the eagles sit on the beach. And, you know, if I'm lucky, I might even be able to do a broadcast from the beach and actually broadcast live to you how they actually feed on the midshipmen. So we got a lot of wonderful things to do here. Shout out to Guy Cochran for the DV story. Yes, that absolutely, Mark, and I already did. I think that's absolutely right. So both Mark and Guy have helped me a lot with the setup. We have long technical discussions to get to this level, okay? So for those of you who have not seen the technical nuances here, I will show it to you very quickly. So I'm going to just zoom out and zoom back on the car, and that's, you can see both screens here, right? I have small screens that I'm using where I can see whatever is going on live. It's quite sophisticated. That here is you can see that is a switch that I have behind there. It's a switch where I can switch from one video to the next. I'm introducing you all my friends here. That here is the encoder, and it says I'm live. Can you see that? And it can show you, you can see I'm transmitting now at 1619 kilobytes per second. And there's no computer on this. So this is a solar live view. That is an inverter. That is a big battery. That is to charge the battery. That is an extra plug where everything goes in. And that's it. So, and I've fastened that all with very simple techniques to the side, and I can charge it in the car. So this can stay in the car. And that's the back of the trunk of the car. And that there is the other camera with 1000 millimeters. Okay, so I got a 45 megapixel camera on the back. For those of you who are interested, that is a Z7. It's a Z7 that gives you this tremendously good picture, and this super lens that makes all this possible. Okay, so for those of you, yes, a live view encoder, that's exactly right. So that is a very quick, and I'm going to just get in front again and just tell you how happy I am this is all working out, and saying thank you so much for your patience, and that I'm so delighted that this is all really working out. It's quite fantastic. Yes, shout out to Mark. That's great. So yeah, you can see I am somewhat of a geek. I love this stuff. What I don't enjoy, so we're back in the nest now, okay? So I'm giving you the view of the nest again. So you can see how tremendous the zoom is. What I don't enjoy that much is giving product reviews, but what I like talking about, Mama has just taken off, or Papa has just taken off. fishing. So you can see from the tree they're not there anymore. She just took off. I could see her taking off to the left, to the right of the nest, probably going to get some food in the supermarket. But what I don't enjoy so much is giving product reviews, but what I can do is put things together and bring innovative solutions that hardly anybody has done yet. And you know, there's a lot on YouTube on people giving excellent reviews on wildlife and so on, but it's all pre-recorded. There's hardly anybody who's doing such things live, and to do things live is a lot more difficult, as you know. But if you're patient and you know, with a lot of dedication, you can make this work. And this is a big step forward, by the way, to when we did the Eagle Hawk, because all I did is put my iPhone on the back of the camera. This here is giving you a direct stream out, which is a big step forward. Okay, the fight was ugly. Okay. So yes, thanks, Osprey Mama, that's absolutely right. Yes, so I spent a lot of time behind the scenes setting all this up, and thanks for all the donations, which I will use for live broadcasting. So if you give me enough thumbs up, then I will know that you want me to stream this more, and I will. I'll come here early in the morning or in the evening, or sometimes both, and I'll stream whatever I can, okay, so that you can enjoy a new type of setup here and just see the eaglets grow, which is quite marvelous. Okay, so that's the idea anyway. Okay, there's no box, exactly. There's no computer here. I'm running everything off the iPhone, which is quite remarkable. So I just want to show you quickly how that works. For those of you who are interested, it's amazing what you can do with the iPhone. So I didn't take my computer out even once. So let me just do this very quickly. Zoom out a bit, and I'll just show you that quick trick here that I'm using. One second. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, that should work. Let's see. I'm going to switch over now to camera 1. Okay, and let's see if I can get this in here. It's a bit dark. I can't adjust the darkness now, but you'll be able to see that I'm looking at 6 screens here. Okay, so I have the live view screen, which is the output screen. I have the restream, which I'm not using at the moment. I have the YouTube channel. I have, well, this is the one that is not working at the moment. I have the tides. Here I can read the tides. So if you look at the tides, you can see where we are at the moment. I'm just going to zoom this in. You might be able to see it. You can see that red dot there. That red dot. That red dot is telling us we are in a high-low tide at the moment. It's a high. It's a low high. And then you can see when the next low tide is, which is at 11:06 a.m. next morning. So the best time to be here is at 9 a.m. because it's 2 hours before low tide. So I have all these controls now on here, and I can see your comments too. So where do I see your comments? 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Let me just see this.
Any good action today?
Yeah, I'm live. Okay, I'm on the live stream. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I have another. Well, people are very nice here. So I can see your comments here. Just hang on. Let me just put this in. Sorry, I was just talking to one of the neighbors here. But you can see, I can see your comments here live. So all that is working absolutely beautifully, and it's quite fantastic. Yeah, here you go. That is the live comments. There you go. So I'm reading them off the screen, actually. There you go. Here's the living proof. And it's marvelous. It's absolutely marvelous. So now I switch to the second camera again. Yes, okay, here's some questions now. So just ask your questions. So Let's see, Dolly Queen is asking, will the tides help the eagle fishing? Absolutely yes. So let me just explain this again. As the high tide goes to low tide, the midshipmen bury themselves in the sand, okay? And they need to breathe, so they are just below the surface, and then sometimes they come up and they give a few bubbles, and the eagles sit and watch for the smallest movement. They got eyes, it's unbelievable. You can really see how good their eyes are. I can't see it. They would sit there and you suddenly see them dive down and sit on a rock and then catch the midshipmen, and off they go. And I see this all the time. So the best fishing time is during just 2 hours before low tide. That's why I always watch the tides here. And if you have a good knowledge of the tides, you know exactly when to come. And the weather is very stable now, so that's good for broadcasting, you know, so we can always do the broadcasting. I'm just going to zoom in again. Now you see they're still asleep. Now, usually the afternoon is not such a good time because, I mean, the little ones just need a lot of sleep. Okay? And does that make sense? So yes, the tides help them a lot. When the tide comes up again, they usually go away and rest again. But how should I say? It's just like your local supermarket. It has certain opening hours, and there's a reason why it's open at certain hours. Well, the supermarket here opens exactly at 2 hours before low tide, and it closes 1 hour after low tide. Okay, so that's their window. So that's probably the... can't switch between cameras with... No, I can't, Mark. Girls like their toys too. Of course they do, for goodness sakes. I mean, my goodness. I mean, you know, talking about that, I'm so happy to see how women are jumping into all the engineering and science things. It's just great. Absolutely great. I am a big proponent and supporter of women getting into all these areas, because when I grew up that wasn't possible. It was a very conservative world and it was unheard of, and now it's changing. Thank goodness it's all changing, and it's great. It's absolutely great to see this. Electronic toys, of course. Mark, let's see, I'm just reading the other comments here. No, I can't switch with the phone. That's going to be something in future, but it's not important. You know, it's so easy to do this now. I just jump to the switch and I can easily do this. And I'm using only one microphone, by the way, and that's the microphone on the Sony, because it's very good. So that's all I'm doing. So no 7-Eleven, no, yes, that's a very, I see Hal there. Hal, it's very nice to see you. I hope you saw the technology. It's really marvelous. So yes, it's a 7-Eleven with variable times. Okay, 7 to 11. That's a very clever remark. That's where the name comes from. I was always puzzled. I was always puzzled where the name 7-Eleven comes from, and I said, "Duh! It means it opens at 7 and it closes at 11. That's what 7-Eleven means, right?" I don't know. I only learned that recently. I never thought about it, and honestly, I didn't know as a European, because we never had 7-Eleven. It's only in Canada and in the States where I learned about 7-Eleven. But yes, it's a 7-Eleven with variable times, right? So it just is a 7-Eleven where you redo the clock every day. That's how we would explain it. Yes, Mark explaining the technology, so that's very nice. Okay, so anyway, I think what I'll do now, let me just switch back. Okay, I've switched back to my other camera, so I'm always using the same microphone, which is also good. I'm not changing microphones from camera to camera. So I'll tell you, let me just zoom out again. There we go. And I'll get in front of the camera. I'll just turn the page around so I can see if I am in front of the camera, because this is very nice. I can just, it's a little bit dark, okay? It should be a bit better, but it's a little bit dark because at the moment I can't adjust the lighting, okay? So that's why I'm a little bit in the shadow, because it's very bright at the back. But the focus is working well. You know what? Let's try something else, just for fun. Let me get into the sunshine. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better, isn't it? That is a lot better from the lighting, okay? Because it's not automatic and these things are not perfect. But this lighting's a lot better, and you can see the beautiful trees in the background, so that works very nice. And so that's great. So, yeah, what I wanted to say, I'm really delighted this is all working so well. I'm absolutely excited. So at the moment I'm running this all alone. I mean, Shaya is helping a lot, doing wonderful things, but he lives far away. So I'm going to run most of these things on my own. And so I'll tell you a little bit what I'm thinking of doing. I want to use this technology, first of all, for the next weeks, to follow the nest a lot. Okay, so I'm reading your comments here as they come in. And what I also intend to do is show you a bit of the moon, right? So we're going to jump a bit into astronomy. I've got this beautiful big lens, and now I got a very nice setup that I can use. So why not show a bit of the moon live? I mean, it's actually marvelous. Those of you who like music from the 70s or 80s, or the beautiful movie from Stanley Kubrick, which Hal likes a lot, that's where he got his name from, 2001, you know, that was a very special era, and I don't want to sound like one of these people, well, the good old days. I don't think like that. I mean, the good old days are always what you make of it. However, I must say they had some really special music. And yeah, it was Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and many other things. So why not play that music and show you some, you know, show you the moon live. It's absolutely interesting. I mean, the moon is back in big fashion now. It's a lot going on with the moon, because finally they've realized that it's time to go back to the moon. By the way, this has exploded all the conspiracy theories again. All this nonsense is starting again. Everywhere on YouTube, these conspiracists of they never landed on the moon is evolving again, and it's really unfortunate. I mean, did you know that the United States was once #1 in health and education? Now they're number 27. They're number 27 in health and education. And National Geographic now has to make movies explaining that the Earth is not flat, it's round. I mean, this is how bad the education is nowadays. So I'm going to show you the moon, and you're going to see the moon as it really is, which is round, okay? And no matter what the others say, a child knows that, okay? So, oh, thank you very much.
Somebody didn't want that.
Oh, that's very nice. So I just, I was just given one of the local newspapers here. That's very nice. You can see this is all live. So now I've ranted and raved. That's the stupid flat earthers, yes. And the mentality is disturbingly dumb, okay? And I mean, if there's anything the States can be proud of, it certainly is the landing on the moon. It is absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal. And that's also where Stanley Kubrick's movie, by the way, came out. So now I know I'm deviating the subject, but it's one of my other passions is astronomy and so on. So I like to talk about that, and so I will do some live streaming there too. By the way, they've just returned to the nest, so I'm going to give you, this is fantastic. You see, this is wonderful. I'm just turning to the other, off the iPhone, which is quite remarkable. So I just want to show you quickly how that works. Oops, my newspaper fell apart. Ah, dear. There's so much garbage in there. Okay, let me just put the newspaper in the back here. Okay, so you should be able to see, they're all three. There you go. They're all three are there now. It's absolutely marvelous. So you can see all three now. So I didn't even promise too much. One, two, and three. There you go. So here is the challenge for you. Okay, listen here. Here's the challenge for you. I want to have 3 names for these little ones. Okay, 3 names. So here we go. We have all 3, which is quite marvelous. So what I would like to see... Hi.
You picked it a lot?
Yeah, those are triplets there.
The what?
Well, they're 3 eagles, 3 eaglets.
Oh.
There. Yeah. I'm just doing a live broadcast, so you're live, whatever you say. Oh. Okay, no problem.
I love eagles.
Yeah, you love eagles. That's great. Yeah, I always warn people because they haven't seen anything like this. So they don't know if they're alive. But okay, here comes a challenge for you. This is so much fun, isn't it? It's just so much fun. Oh, here comes, okay, so Sherry, hi Sherry. By the way, thanks for your email. I will reply to it, okay? I have not ignored you. Sky, ocean and river is absolutely beautiful. Come on, What other names? So here you got some suggestions. So let's see. Mo, Larry, and Curly. Oh, that's great. Sky, Ocean, and River. Go on, go on. I want more names. This is all great. This is all great. Think a little bit about the region here too. So I know we're in British Columbia and we're just looking across to the States, right? Is there anything maybe that you can use? And then we'll call them that, okay? So just hand in your names and it's a nice challenge. Need 3 eaglets names. Yes, we do. We do. Oh, here, Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. I love it. How did you think of that? That is incredible. That is so funny. Hui, Louis, and Ju. That is very nice. That is great. You know, we're getting great input. So I'll tell you what. You keep on posting names. And then what I'll do is I'm going to put them out for vote. You know how the vote works? On my YouTube channel, tomorrow, I'm going to put all the names that were suggested. And you, and the vote that gets the most will be the way we call them. Okay, here comes another red, white, and blue. Very nice. So it'll be you who are voting. It's not me. You're going to vote. Okay. I'm going to put all the names there, so just keep on suggesting. And Osprey Mama's going to help me collect all the names. I know she's probably rolling her eyes now, but Osprey Mama's very nice. She'll help me collect all the names. And then I will put it out for vote tomorrow in the next days. And then next week we will announce the winning ones. Okay, here comes another one. You're only allowed 1 per person. Okay, that's the only rule. Only 1 per person. You can't put out too many. So every person is only allowed 1. That's the rule. Okay, otherwise it's not fair, right? So everybody who is here on the live chat can do it. Okay, Lionheart also, CB, Rocky, and Washington. That is incredible. That's interesting. Another one, Salty, Wavy, and Sandy. Yeah. So everyone is allowed 1 try only, okay? Got it? And it'll be the first one that counts. The first you ever said will be the one we take, okay? And Osprey Mama is going to be so nice. She's going to correct this for me. And we'll do this. It's really marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. This is so much fun. So, you know, I'm so delighted I could finally show it to you. So let's just zoom out a little bit because here you can see the whole picture, right? There you can see the whole picture. And it's actually working. No, Susan, this is only 1, okay? You've been there about at least 3 times now. So we only going to... I know you're very excited at this, but we're only going to take your first suggestion, okay? That's the way. MSO comes winking, blinking, and nod. That's a good one. Yes, I get it. I get it. There was a spelling mistake. No problem. That is great. So anyway, keep on. This is so much fun. So keep on suggesting. I actually showed you that we have 3 eaglets. That is so marvelous. So let me just zoom in again. Yeah, I'm just brightening it up a little bit so you can see it properly, but it's still a lot of shimmering, isn't it? But you could definitely see there are 3. We won't call them triplets because some of you are opposed to that. Oh, don't worry, Susan, it's okay. I know you get very excited. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone vote. Pick 3 names. Whoever gets the most votes will be posted later. Yes. Thank you, Osprey Mama. She will organize this and I will post it. And this is going to be so much fun. And then we will name them that way. And if you want, I don't know what we're going to call Mama and Papa because, well, I don't know who's who. That's my problem. Maybe some of you will, with time, tell me who's Mama and Papa because you're just more observant than I am. Can we start over? No, we are running already. We can't start over. Thunder, lightning, a storm. There comes Buddy. Okay, fine. Well, no, we can't start over because otherwise, think of Osprey Mama. She's going to go crazy with this. She won't know where to start. She's already taking notes. I know her. So Diamond, Jade, and Opal is, oh, that sounds great. Well, we have lots of names, so we're going to have at least 10 to 20 to choose from. That's so much fun. Hang on, I'm just going to switch over the cameras again. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to go this way and turn flip so I can be in the Yeah, there I am. There I am. This is perfect because I can see myself there, and it's perfect. The light is good and everything's good, and the microphone's pointing towards me. So I'm reading all your comments here, which is really marvelous. All the names. Yes, yes. No, we have to give poor Osprey Mama a break here, right? So anyway, what's the time? I can't believe it. We're nearly live for. Oh, the iPhone's answering, telling me what the time is. Can I help you? This is how technology is nowadays. I just said, what's the time? And here it says, what can I do? Can I help you? Can I help you? I don't know if you can read this, but that's crazy. So that's my watch. That's the watch. So it's very funny. Okay, so what I want to do is I think after all this incredible result, which I'm really pleased about, and I hope you are too, give a thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Thank you so much for everybody who has contributed to this. Osprey Mama, of course, for taking all her time. Marvelous. And everybody who has kindly donated something. That is really marvelous. I will use those funds to live stream as much as possible. That is my commitment to you, okay? Because that's what I was building all these weeks up to do this, and I'm so excited it's all working, okay? I will usually go live around, let's say in the morning, probably around 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m., but it'll be unannounced. It's unsolicited, so it's not announced because the events don't really work. And for me, honestly, it's not very nice to orchestrate nature. We don't orchestrate nature, we follow nature. And that you have to understand in live streams. When I'm there and when things work, I stream, okay? However, I will do it probably from Monday onwards on a regular basis, okay? I need a bit of break over the weekend. It's also Father's Day on Sunday, at least in Canada it is. So it's important that I'm there. But from Monday onwards, I will do that, okay? And maybe if I have time on Sunday evening. Thank you, thank you, Sherry. That's very kind of you. And all of you who have donated. This is really, really very kind. Because, as I said, I'm going to use this awful live stream. Well, on that note, I wanted to thank you all for being patient, for being with SassePhoto, being on the road of innovation where we try new things, and a lot more is coming. I've got the technology now. I've got your support, and now we can rock, okay? We can rock all the way to the moon and more. So it'll be wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to try and switch this off now if I can. I don't know how this works, but it should work somehow, and hopefully I can get this right. So let me see if I can manage this. Again, this is all new, so somewhere I should find a window that allows me to stop the live stream. Ah, I can see it. I wonder. I think it would work this way. Okay, I'm going to try that. Hopefully we don't end in an endless loop. As soon as I sign off and it continues in an endless loop, if that happens, don't worry. Just you know, I'll write a quick note and say thank you to everyone. And I'm going to try and stop the stream from here. Hopefully this will work. So I wish you a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being with me. And thanks for being with the Eagles and with nature from Vancouver, British Columbia, close to the US border. Goodbye and have a lovely weekend. Yeah, let's see if we can do that here. Obviously that's not working.